Hi, I'm going to show you how to use mandala patches to create this lovely cushion panel. So mandala patches are symmetrical across one diagonal axis so that you can combine them, spin them to make mandalas to incorporate into your other patchwork projects. Now they come with their own seam allowance, very clearly marked, and they are exactly the right size to use with these jelly roll pieces. Jelly roll pieces are the right size, and all you need to do is decide which mandala you like the look of. So in each of these mandala packs you get 120 squares, which will allow you to make 30 different mandalas. So I've looked through my different fabrics, I've decided which ones match the mandalas nicely, and I've selected the mandalas I want to use. So I'm going to cut them out very carefully using the dotted lines printed on the fabric. Now these dotted lines are exactly the right size for you to use the edge of your stamper foot on your machine as a guide. So if you do that, you will get your stitches in exactly the right place, and you want them just on the inside of the coloured piece, just about a millimetre or so in from the edge. If you find that your stamper foot is of a non-standard size and it doesn't quite work, you can just move your needle left or right and you'll land up in the right place. So here you can see what you can do with these mandala patches is you can spin them to get different effects, and you can combine them to make a whole mandala. So I've just cut out a few here. I'm just playing around to get a design I like, and I'm using one of these squares as a template with my jelly roll fabric to make sure that I get a square of exactly the right size to go with. And I've decided on my design now. What I'm doing is just taking a felt tip pen and marking the very left hand side of each square so that I know exactly which way up and which way round they go when I come to sewing them together. So what's so great about these is they can be stitched by machine. So all I'm going to do is pick them up in order and then take them over to my machine, sew them into strips, and then sew the strips together. So I'm just very carefully lining up the edges of these two mandala patches, and you can see that if I just use the edge of the stamper foot, my stitches there will land up in exactly the right place to join these two together accurately, and you can start to see the pattern forming. So I'm just going to go along making sure that I've joined with a little felt tip mark on the left hand side as I go along, and just sew all of these into one strip. So there I've got my first strip ready. I'm just going to continue and stitch the other strips together in exactly the same way. So this is a very quick little project. You can easily get this done in an afternoon, and you will end up then with a panel that you can use either on a cushion, or you can make a few of them and combine them together to make a small quilt. So there's all my strips together, and I'm now going to just tack the strips together. So I've numbered them so I don't get confused. I'm just going to press them. So on the odd numbered strips, I'm going to press the seams to the left, and on the even number strips I'm going to press the seams to the right. If we do that, then we remove any bulk from the seams when we join these together, because they're always facing in different directions. So you can see what I mean there. If you bring those seams together, you've got the seam allowances running in opposite directions. So I'm just going to press them all like that, and I'm going to very carefully tack them together. You want to make sure that you get your joins as close to on top of each other as you possibly can, and tack down the little seam allowances as well, just to make sure that they keep running in the right direction. If it goes a little bit wrong, it doesn't matter. As long as you're mostly right, it'll give you a very flat result. So I'm just tacking carefully now, and then I'm just going to stitch them together on the sewing machine with a regular stitch in exactly the same way as I brought the pieces together to start off with, so using the needle in the same position, and that will get us there. So in these in a 120 patch mandala pack, you get 120 patches, but that means you get 30 mandalas, so that's enough to make 7 of these cushion panels in one mandala pack. I'm just joining them together there. I'm just going to keep going and stitch them all together. So there we are, and I'm just going to now press the seams a bit flat so that it starts to look a bit nicer and flatter. So pressing on the reverse to get the seams going in the direction I want, and then pressing on the front to get it nice and flat. And you can see there we've got our nice design. So we've combined the mandala patches with regular fabrics that I've had in my sewing box. I'm just going to now stitch on a frame, just using the jelly roll fabrics. I'm just stitching them along. So these mandala patches they will come in a variety of different colours. At the moment this is the autumn one that I'm showing you. So there are different colours, purples and all sorts of colours available. Some of them are not in stock all of the time, so if you see them, grab them. So I'm just removing the tacking stitches there, having stitched them down, and I'm just going to turn it to the other side and chop so that I can see where is square on the bits that are sticking out. I will then press these open again and then do the same again on the other side just to complete that frame, and then we're nearly finished. All you need to do then is stitch it into a cushion. So put a backing on, stick a pad in it, add a zip if you feel so inclined, and that's it, finished. So there we are. There's our beautiful cushion panel made from mandala patches. The rest of the video I'm just going to run through the autumn pack here. You'll just see all of the squares and the mandalas that you can create using the patches, and don't forget that you can turn the patches the other way around as well, so you can actually create twice as many mandalas as you see in this little selection just by turning them round. We've got other mandala patch projects on this YouTube channel if you'd care to look at them, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and you'll get all of our new stuff as soon as it's available. So I'm just going to leave you now looking at the different patches, and thank you very much for watching this video. We'll be in touch with some new stuff soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.